There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Blog.
Psychologist, relationship coach, the one, the only
Benjamin Zulu.
Benjamin Zulu himself.
Let's summarize how to start early and fly high. Oh, somebody summarize how to start early. Oh, this is lean. Healing yourself, self-discovery. How do you discover self? 3P, personality, passion, and purpose. This is so good. I like that. So, you heal from the things that you went through. You discover who you are. You discover yourself. You discover who you are, then you find out your soul family. Those are the 3 things. Heal, find who you are, find to whom you belong. Where you came from, who you are, among whom are you home. You heal from wounds that were afflicted in your past. You discover who you are as a person. And then you find who you think alike. Lynn, thank you for the summary. I have a friend who finds it hard. Please now type your questions or get microphone. I have a friend who finds it, this is a Shanice. Please mention which country you are in when you write your questions. I have a friend who finds it hard to wake up early in the morning and come into college. Her brother has recently been doing self-harm, and this has really impacted her well-being. She doesn't want to talk to her mom or her older sister and doesn't like going home, but okay, please remove that. Okay, but likes to be by herself. What do you think she could do to overcome this? The first thing we explained in the conference. The word is called healing. Say healing. She must invest in healing. There's a book here called Healing Your Inner Self. Gift her this book if she's your friend. She'll learn how to express, forgive, unpack, face what she has gone through, stop blaming herself, then take charge of her life. Another question, the continuous consumption. This is Alice. The continual consumption of the podcast sparked the start of my healing because it was so therapeutic. My quest for knowledge started up. I started attending drawing, my strategic goals, started attending conferences, fell in love with reading like the 3 strategies of war, Poor Dad, Rich Dad, Gifted Hands, Mastery, Dreams Before Dating. I evolved back strong and everyone else saw me, the positive shift. Oh my God. Vivian character. In the 2 months of my healing journey is when my self-discovery hit up. I got my first program in Accra, Ghana within the 2 months. Started asking myself if I had graduated then would, all right, let's finish the story there. All right, if I had graduated, very good. Where are we, all right? Would my degree have a relevance in my personal life? Would I be proud of it? This is how the healing process opened up my mind to think this through. I am on this journey of getting answers while building my purpose and getting to mastery. Indeed, there is power in healing. Embracing it in a positive way can create beautiful things than you could imagine. Thank you, Mr. Benjamin. Send me that story on WhatsApp or email. I want to put it in our next book. That's a story worth sharing, isn't it? If you want us to share, Alice, thank you for that. 2 months, my friend. 2 months. How much more can you do in 12 months between now and next year? A lot, isn't it? Do you have another? Okay. Anybody is ready now to talk? The Zoom people are really active. I like that. Alice did not say which country she's in. Please make sure you mention your country.
She's in Uganda.
Oh, Uganda. Oh, they say Uganda. All right. Anybody is ready now to ask? Today is group therapy. Make sure you talk. All right. It's now question and answer. Lift your hand and take the advantage of the time. Lemuel wants to say something very good.
Thank you. I have a question, and I think it's on self-discovery. I'm the kind of person that here to discover myself, at least fully.
Yes.
And in high school, I used to do journalism, and I was not serious about it. I was like for entertainment. During parade, I would stand and do the journalism. And after that, people would seriously congratulate me. And
wow.
I was confused because I wasn't like even into it. And after I finished high school, I was like, now what should I do with my life? What should I do? And at times the principal would call me to the office and told me, hey, you did so well, you did so. And she would ask me, what do you think of doing after high school? And I was like, I don't know. And she would be shocked, you're like, what? You do not know after all that? And people like encouraging me, do journalism. You should try to do journalism. You should do it. I mean, you're doing so great. And I was confused. And yeah, so what insights can you share on such occasions? Yeah.
I'm also confused. This guy, was he eloquent like that? When he started here, was he talking like that? The introvert is now comfortable, isn't it? You know, introverts take a while to be comfortable with you. They want to read you, am I safe? My bro, you're very eloquent. That's one thing I can tell, isn't it? Yes. You're very eloquent, man. You're very expressive. So whatever career it is, just write somewhere. Me, Lemuel, I am expressive. Then we can dig from there. Where can we take expression? That time you did it in journalism, and me, I would talk in assembly, and I was school head boy. They would call me philosopher. Because I capture quotes, I mention things. So people will give you what is on their mind. And it is not always accurate, but they're just telling you there is something, okay? So, Lemuel, I recommend that you start with a gift you are sure you have. During this lunch hour, take that test to tell you a few things about other technical things of your personality. Stick on your path. The one guy who has done his career to maturation is Churchill. You have seen how Churchill invented comedy, and he stuck by it and built an industry. Lemuel, I hope you give the next 12 months obsessive interest in just discovering who am I? Who am I? I used to like Jack Chan, an actor who would do the martial arts. You've heard of Jack Chan, right? He was in my generation, but he was very funny. I used to like because he included fighting with the comedy, which is very hard to combine. So they put the martial arts guy with comedy. So, you know, one of his most famous movie was Who Am I? Because he flew in a chopper and he fell off in the story. Because he landed in a strange land where he did not know English. And people asked him, who are you? He could not interpret. Who are you? Then they interpreted for him, who am I? Then he thought they're asking him, who am I? So he just picked, who am I? Who am I? The story of that was just, who am I? If you can ask yourself, who am I? Long enough, you'll discover it. One time, Moses asked, God, you are sending me to a very powerful king, and he will ask me who sent me. Who will I say? He said, go and say, I am sent him. I am sounds like an incomplete sentence, isn't it? I am who? I am. Then he said, I am who I am. Whenever you say I am, what you say next, you are creating who you are. The Creator said, I am. To me, He will be, you will be what He created you to be. For me, that sentence is what gave me the blank to say, I am what He designed me to be. Lemuel, it's good that you're interested. And I'm so happy you have admitted you're not quite sure yet. It's good to know you are not there. When you are lost and you know you are lost, at least you're putting effort to find yourself, isn't it? But if you are lost and you don't know you are lost, is there any hope? You know, my team was quite asking if it was in their day and a conference like this was called, they would drag their friends, they would campaign, bring it everyone. And I told them, sometimes learning and wakefulness starts with a minority who are destined for success. Before the others catch up, we shall be millionaires. Before the others catch up, we shall be employing them. This young man who follows my teachings, and he went to the US to develop software, and he sold the first software for $100 million. That's over 10 B. And he came to me and told me, I've sold the first one. What should I do? I'm only 23. My uncles are telling me to get married. Don't forget about that nonsense of marriage. You're too young. Go build another software. He went and built another one. This one he sold and he earned $300 million. He told me, my mother can't picture the amounts I'm mentioning. He told me, I can't even tell it to locals. I told him, of course, they can't figure it out. I told him, I need you to become a Zuckerberg. You are still very low. You are very far behind. Keep going. I told him, this one you may not sell completely. Maintain shares. Run a company now. I want you to practice. That's what he did. He sold partially. He runs now, he's part of the company. I think he now closing 25 now. Another young man here in Kenya had 6 trucks when he was 23. 6 trucks, fleet, he showed me. This one is in Kigali, this one is already in Uganda. And here you are at 23, you are just struggling with a phone. That's too low. Let's take it higher. Let's take it higher. And next time I'll tell men we'll meet by the fireside that I have discovered that it's a silent pandemic. Many men are into an addiction like pornography or something like that, and it drains all their private time. Or when they are alone, they don't do creative work. They go to that addiction. They watch, they gamble, they bet, they follow too much football, they follow too much nonsense. Their personal time is gone. Thank you, my brother Lemuel. Please concern yourself. This book called Mastery, it will help you. And this too, if I can recommend to be this Mastery, it will be this Millionaire Moves to help you know which direction of your career. And then the 2 for young people. These 2, Dreams Before Dating and A Young Visionary. If you don't get the other books, bro, these 4. These 4 will help you. And they cost us about 6K. But I know, even if you start, there's a young man who has been coming from our office to pick 1 book at a time, and he collected all of them. Don't know that he came today. He picks, read, finishes, he saves up, picks the next one. Another one came last week and collected all of them and bought for his friends. He carried, I think, about 13 books. Under 25. After they discover what it is, they say, let me do what I can. Perfect. Next question. All right.
Alice wants to ask them.
Okay, please, you can talk. Alice from Uganda, please, you can talk. Unmute the camera for Alice. Alice, you can turn on your camera.
It's on.
It's on, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, now we can hear you. Please talk.
Well, thank you so much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. I'm so excited to take this. Actually, it was one of my resolutions for the year. I'm so excited.
Wow.
Because I feel, yeah. I made 23 years, and I feel this is an amazing gift for my 23 myself.
Yes.
So I have 3 questions.
Yes.
One is on transition. You know, most cases, like in the first degree here at the university, most of the young people really don't achieve, or they are just, most of them are doing what they are not passionate about.
Yes.
So you find there is a shift that they're passionate about, and you bring them to the nursery. Using your own story of the shift from going to becoming a counsel, to the beautiful counsel like you are today, and a mentor to many, I would could just tell us that tips, because I am one of them who is after working towards that. My first degree, I did bachelor's of business and statistics, but I'm looking towards doing entrepreneurship and innovation.
Okay.
That's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what would be some of the tips, the challenges that will come, not, okay, maybe through you, but and also the community around you. How are we going to maneuver those challenges?
Perfect.
No parents, maybe they are not understanding what.
I know.
And how can we get through those challenges?
All right. So the first question, Alice, thank you very much for being so engaging. The first question is to the challenges of transitioning. You already hinted at it. You'll be thought to be crazy and lost when you're changing from lawyer to become a counselor. You're the one who needs counseling, isn't it? Because you are leaving money. Society only thinks about money and fame, isn't it? You're thinking of meaning, passion. So, Alice, prepare to be misunderstood. When our Lord said his purpose, I'm here to demonstrate, I'm here to do the will of my Father. They took stones to stone him. They wanted to throw him over a cliff. He looked very odd. Don't expect to be understood by everyone. The only people who understand, we call them soul family. The Peter, James, and John, the ones who can tell my soul is sorrowful, the ones who can reveal the inner circle, soul family. They understand where you're going, but they are few and they are enough. Did we say that? Did we say that? So Alice, that is the first one. The second one, how to globalize what you're doing. Mentoring a girl, lifting girls. Put it on Instagram, put it on social media. I'm happy you got a recognition. Broadcast that recognition. This is not boasting. You're putting it out there to encourage others wanting to do the same and to connect with the sincere helpers who are looking for sincere workers to connect with. So don't hide what you're doing. There's a girl who was teaching at kindergarten somewhere in China. 5 kids, very young, kindergarten. And she would broadcast her experiences. You don't have to show the faces of people who don't need to be shown, but you can share the experience. She said, they come here, they can't sit down, they can't take orders, they are not polite because they are doing what you guys are doing at home. Our families are rotting. A kid who is 3 years can't sit down, can't give way, answers back. She vented saying, it is worrying. These kids are behaving, they are showing how you guys have no morals at home. They are hitting each other. They are acting up sexual behavior. That girl was only 22. She went global by bringing out a truth nobody was willing to talk about. So at least that's how you bring it out. You can say, we have been able to help people this is what we can do. We need this. Share your stories on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. Share with the world. And one day, they will connect with those who matter. Are we together, guys? The third question about self-expression and how you can get yourself. You talked a little bit, at least maybe I missed a few things, but I'll tell you what I can. There's some material that can answer everything of the gist of what you're saying. But I don't find you timid, Alice. You just have that people are shy where you came from and they find it weird that you are so courageous, particularly being a woman, being a lady. I just want you to know from Kitale where you say you were, then you migrated to Uganda, many cultures don't allow girls to speak up and be courageous. Please learn the ways of women who won in life, women who conquered. And for you, Alice, I recommend these 2 books, The Young Visionary and Dreams Before Dating. These 2 books, and if you can get also The Mastery and Millionaire Moves, the 2 will also help you greatly. The whole set, together with Healing, will help you a lot. Is now 9 books, but just get those 4 first, and the rest will be addressed. Thank you so much, Alice, and you're very active. Anybody else now with a question? Yes. Emmanuel wants to talk. You can start up, my brother. I want them to see who has been coming for Millionaire Conference. He was the youngest that time.
Yeah.
Hi.
First of all, thank you for the amazing details. I had 2 questions. The first one is about healing.
Yes.
So in healing, you know that one of the key components is closure.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask, how do you get closure from people who are permanent in your life, for example, parents? And then the second one, how can you, it's about self-discovery, how can you avoid decision fatigue? In a case where you are struggling between different paths in the same field. So for example, if it's, let's say, tech, where I am, there are many different paths in that. So yeah, I think that's... Yeah.
I like your language. How do you experience closure if the parent will be here to stay? You know? What he's saying is, how do I finish the struggle about an issue and conclude it once and for all? Number 1 is the word acceptance. Accepting that your parents may not know any better, may never even own up, or they can't do any better. Appreciate what they did and also appreciate they couldn't do any better. Maybe they're already at their wit's end. Some of these parents have a very painful life and all they can give you is that. You stop expecting any more because you acknowledge maybe this is all they can give. You accept. Number 2 is that you take a different path. I'll be a different father myself. I'll be a better parent. Start preparing to be a different parent, even when this parent is behaving, whoever they're behaving. Start journeying on a different route. Okay? I need to tell you about a kind of parents that are very hard to hail from. If you are the first son, sometimes your mother can make you the surrogate husband, the emotional support. Or you're just a stable child, and they start inviting you to solve their problems, support them, validate them, encourage them, think with them, carry their burdens. You know, sometimes a parent can make you their emotional crutch. You've seen that, eh? They're calling you every time. You're not talking to me. You know, your father left me. Now even you don't think I'm important. I better die. And that's your parent. Or they ask you to show your younger ones the way. Can you talk to your younger brother? Can you live with your younger sister? Can you direct this one? Sometimes they burden you with parenting roles. So I brought that story, Emmanuel, to tell you the bigger word called boundaries. Called what? What to limit and say, this is not my job, I'm not taking it up. Mom, please go talk to a counselor. Dad, please, you may talk to your boyfriends, your age mates. I may not advise you very much. I'm not that experienced. Learn to say no, even to parents, politely saying, I'm not in a position to do that. Stop picking 5 calls per day. Let them call their colleagues. You talk to your colleagues. 1 call a day is even too much. Are you sick? Are you collapsing? Where's your mother calling you every moment? You know? Also, if they are reporting each other to you, tell them, please, I cannot adjudicate between parents because they are my parents. Don't tell me what mom is doing. She's my mom. And I don't know where you met. You chose each other. I was not there. Hey, why are you complaining what a devil my father is? Where did he come from? You went for him. Common sense. Who chose? Your father is such a devil. Where did he come from? It's impossible for parents to complain about each other because they chose each other. True of us. Imagine, she's such a devil. She does not think. And you slept with a woman and does not think. You must be such a thinker yourself. You may not say so directly, but just know it. That's the truth, isn't it? Decision fatigue. If you're always struggling with which path to take, my brother, the answer is very simple. Stand. Do you know why you are tired of trying to decide? Why you are torn? Because you have very low self-awareness. Your self-awareness is very small. My brother, I struggled whether surely I should leave law when it is so lucrative. People are telling me this is the career everybody dreams of. This is the career of the world. Look at Obama, Martin Luther King. Look at people, look at this. You're being told great people, great people, great. I did not know a famous counselor, but I knew many counsels, lawyers. So the reason you're struggling because you have not quite identified how unique you are. I did not know. When I went dating, I told that girl, I'm trying to become something global. I don't have a name, but I did not even use the word global. I said world, international, world, something big. When you discover, bro, what you're meant to do, even if you don't have details, you gain confidence to go in that path. So focus on self-discovery and your confidence will return. Okay? And I can't wait for next conference when you guys meet. There's another conference about growth we shall be doing next year. Not for pre-25, but for everyone, for I want you to represent the young people, you guys. Show up in your numbers when we are discussing growth, self-improvement. Don't miss out. The ones for romance, when you're doing Valentine's, you may not come, you're not there yet. But the ones for growth, when you hear conferences, it's about women, it's about men, be front line. Tell them, I'm only 22, I'm only 24. But I'm here to grow and take advantage of time. Very good. Next question, I think we have how many minutes? There's a girl here who was not greeted. How are you? What's your name? Your name is? Cindy. Karibu sana. All right, let's hear another question. Yes. Please mention your name and tell us your question. Oh, really? Thank you so much. I look forward to that. Very good. Somebody's... will the recording of this program be available later? I missed so much due to a situation at my end. Recording, not quite, because it's very personal. We are going to keep it for a while. We shall air what I am doing, not what they are doing, later on our channel. So yes, you can follow later. But this is a group therapy, as you said, it's very confidential. That's why we are allowing people to be personal. Yes, please go on.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Phoebe.
Yes, Phoebe.
I only have one.
Sorry, okay, yes, you have one question?
It's about the topic on passion.
Yes.
What do you do when you have a parent that you keep on telling him or her your passion, but he or she doesn't want to accept that you want to be passionate about what you want to do?
Yes.
So
especially when your passion is not popular. Do you mind telling me your passion?
I wanted to do hospitality, but my mother kept on telling me you do nursing because it's on the market.
In their day, nursing was a thing, isn't it? Hospitality was not popular in their day, isn't it? It even looks very unstable, isn't it? Hospitality looks very unstable. It's seasonal. Actually, it's when during tourists. I understand you. So what are you studying finally?
I'm staying in high school.
Kube, what you have time. Okay, so let's put it in perspective. Phoebe, have you seen how your dad believes that because your uncle became rich with the CPA? CPA is the thing, isn't it? Yes. Because he himself he did become. You Zoom people, can you stop bringing the parties here? Because your dad has a car, he is respected, and he's a doctor. He believes medicine. Some parents even make it clear in this home, either engineering, law, or medicine. Then here comes Ismail talking about dogs. Huh? Are you serious? Are you one of the dogs? So listen to me, brother. I mean, my sister Phoebe. I'm just putting myself in the shoes of Ismail. His father could have easily taken him to military because he has the body for it, isn't it? This guy can get suggestions of very weird careers, and I'm sure you have heard that, isn't it? Man, you can do very well, in the army, Bouncer. Come, I connect you. Bouncer, eh? Come, people will suggest everything according to how you look. Phoebe, I'm sorry, sometimes you can't change the minds of our parents because they are living their frustrated dreams through us. They want you to become what they failed at becoming. Or they want you to become at what they succeeded at becoming because they think that's the only thing that is viable. So, my suggestion for you is this. Look for a way, if that is the only financier you have, start negotiations early. At least you are allowed to come to this conference. If you link me up with a parent or you drag them to a session with me, you may get another person to put perspective. So try to use mediators to show them that you better follow your passion and you will make it flourish. Churchill said his mother was waiting for him to become a teacher. He started teaching. And they're still asking him, hujapata kazi? Yes. We saw you joking around on TV. Actually, he was joking. Can you review that he was joking? No. Actually, he has made his life full of jokes. They are praying for him to get a job. Imagine. And they're still praying and asking, remember our son. They believe government job so much that the evolution of content creation, the evolution of, do you know even what I do today, I don't have language to explain to my mother. How do you explain to your mother? And they can't see payslip. So your struggle, Phoebe, is sometimes generational. Get a mediator. The second thing I want you to do is consider if you can't change them, do a hybrid of the two. They take you to nursing. By the side, you teach yourself hospitality. And then you go to those aspects of nursing that require serving.
Work in hospitality in a nursing environment.
Another option he's saying is what they need in terms of hospitality in healthcare, you go there. Then you move your way. So if you can't change them at the very last, don't go to the most clinical nursing. Go to the least clinical, okay? Like the one who manages nurses, they call it nurse in charge, something like that. She doesn't go to the ward, she manages the nurses. So you could be now, you can go to the leadership side, then you move your way out. Also, I know the health sector, you can become a supplier of equipment once you understand it. Just to do business, to free yourself. That's the second option. The third option is, if you're not able to play the two, force yourself to do it as a starting career and get a job, then finance the change yourself. Once you're free, go another direction. The first option is the best. Change the mom's mind using third parties, experts, people understand. The second option is if they refuse, do the two. While you're doing the nursing, by the side, do your online course on hospitality, practice on by the side. On the weekends, go to hotels and serve. Do this in the hospital setting, do the hospitality aspects, mix it there, grow the two. And then finally you move. Eventually, if you can't do all that, keep quiet like a fool. get a job, a working job. Immediately you graduate, you're only 23, only young, get directly now to hospitality. And by the time you're 26, you have a full-fledged hospitality passionate career when you also have a nursing one. Have you known we respect people who have two professions because they seem to be knowing what they want, isn't it? People like Julie Gishuru started as lawyers, but when you see them on TV, they came here for passion. They're not here because of desperation. When I tell you I was once in law, you know this guy must know where he's going. By the time you leave law, isn't it? You'll be respected when you say, I do this because I love it. I had many options, but I chose not. Very good. I think we have room for one more question. Yes. All right. Let me see whether Zoom, somebody has displayed as you change the mic. All right. All right. Thank you. Perfect. Yes. Okay. Okay. These ones are okay. Yes, please, you can talk.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
I have two things. First of all, I would start by responding to Maureen. She had said something about rejection.
What's your name, by the way?
Emily.
Emily. So you want to tell Maureen something about rejection? Yes?
Yes, the same thing that happened to her also happened to me.
Yes.
As mom. I was teaching somewhere and I was served with a termination letter. The reason the letter was not really valid. My colleagues were asking me what could you have done, blah blah blah, such things. So the first time I felt like, was it something about me or what was wrong that that letter was written? Then later I felt that there is no need for going back to get closure from the employer.
Yeah.
And I concluded that the problem is not actually with me, maybe with them, other factors that are financial related, or something else that I don't actually know.
Wow.
And I felt that this is an opportunity for me to move to a higher level and explore other opportunities. I
like that. Clap for Emily, please. Maureen Sioga, your colleague. How old are you, Emily?
I'm 24.
Your age mate. You're 23. She's 20. You can hear how she took it like a vaccination. These people have their own issues. They're projecting to me. Maybe they don't want to pay people. Or maybe I didn't get the signal that I'm supposed to scratch the back of someone. Isn't it? Or they found another bootlicker to replace me. You know, sometimes people are replacing you with a worshipper. With someone who will do the nonsense, isn't it?
Who is cheaper.
Thank you. Oh, you know it. Please go on to your second issue.
So the other question is, let me be subjective. There's something about me that really confuses me.
Yes.
People give me very positive compliments.
Yes.
And things that I actually know, like someone could say, you're very confident, you're very intelligent. Well, from deep inside, I know it, but once someone says it, I'm like, how did you get to know? Like, it confuses me. Yes, I know, but then I doubt it when someone else says it.
Yes.
Maybe you can help me give a name to it.
Very good. Let me ask also a subjective question. Do you have both parents?
No.
Tell me more.
Well, I'm brought up by a single mom.
Why do you think I guessed? Confidence is planted by a father. When your father is not there, you lack you have a nutritional deficit, psychologically speaking, called the iron of confidence. When you don't have a balanced diet of both parents, we were created to have both parents as a psychological diet. Are you following me? We are not judging the parent for being single. We are explaining the situation of lacking one parent. When one parent is not there, you have a nutritional deficit called a father's love. Called what? Or a mother's love. Whoever is missing for her is father. So when the father is not there, the father is the one who tells the girl she's beautiful. It's not the mirror. The right person to tell a girl you're pretty, I'm proud of you, is a dad. When he's not there, it remains a question mark. It remains up. Mothers wouldn't tell you that from a male perspective. Are you a lesbian? Why do you want another woman to admire you? So the right admiration should come from the male. You remember that Sigmund Freud said the boy competes for the mother with the father, and the girl competes for the father with the mother. Remember that complex? That's where you learn the polarity of being admired by the opposite sex. Girls learn to be spoiled by their fathers very early, very young. They become funny when daddy is there because daddy always obeys to everything. When the boy is around the mother, he's very manipulative. Hey, I want this. Hey, I want this. When father comes, my friend, sit down. We need to eat. Generally, the mom disciplines the girl and spoils the boy, and the dad disciplines the boy and spoils. That is what teaches you polarity. When it is not there, do you see you lacked something? That's why when a validation comes from outside, it's strange and new. The only solution, my sister, you have worked a little bit in self-acceptance, but you have not learned admiration from outside world, because the outside world of a father was not there. Okay? So what you do is just focus on learning. The only way you substitute for lacking nutrient is to do what? To take nutritional supplement, isn't it? So the nutritional supplement of a father's love is to say it yourself until you learn. After fathers love you, they teach you how to love yourself. The final end of a parent's love is to teach you self-love. Did you follow? So there are two ways. Learn what he should have learned, taught you by yourself. If a teacher skipped to teach you calculus because he was sick, he was not there, and you know calculus will be tested in KCSE, what did you do? You taught yourself. That's what we do with parents who are not there. Teach yourself that love. So go learn to validate yourself. Emily, you're pretty. Emily, you are every dad's pride. The dad who you had his own battles, he was overwhelmed, ran away, but that does not mean anything. You are still as pretty. The second option is to take that love to Heavenly Father. Your Heavenly Father is very present. If you learn to talk to him, he becomes as present, even more, than your Heavenly Father. That's clear? Yes. Practice it. And don't date before you sort that, because you're going to date a person because they met that need, not because they suit your future. If you marry when you have an emotional, psychological deficit, you'll marry a person who plugs into that need. Not because they fit who you are when you're healed, but because they fit your wound. Once the wound is healed, there's no connection. That's why many couples are strangers. They married a bandage. When the wound healed, the bandage looks like a funny thing. When you finally stop limping, what is the first thing to throw away? Crutch. The crutch. Are you being ungrateful? No, it has served it. Now imagine when you've already married there. You try to throw. Thank you, Emily. I don't have time for more questions. I want to release you. If somebody was burning, anyway, sometimes your light shines too bright, so they create problems for you. If you know that you did all you could, do not stop. Do not take being hated at work personally. Remember, rejection is a redirection. Grace and family, thank you. Who is that talking? Grace, eh? Thank you so much, Grace. That is very powerful. Anybody who's burning, we want to go for lunch. Take that test, 16personaltest.com. Buy your book over there. I can sign for you when we are finishing. Take your lunch, greet a person, greet the opposite sex. I brought enough boys. Women are always asking me, here they are. Very decent people. So I want you to take your lunch very fast. I don't want to have a lot of ado. I want to release you. Take your lunch quickly. Let's be back by 2. We have another talk. Then we have 30 minutes of Q&A. Then we'll do the launch of the book. Then we'll be finishing at 4. And then grab your books. Grab what you need to grab. I can sign for you. Personally, you say we took a photo, we signed a book. Create this a memory. You may never get this again. Create this for life. And you'll be showing your children. You know, when I was young, what I was doing, check this signature. Who do you think this signature is? That's what I was doing when I was growing up. Learn from me. You know, you should also have some bragging rights. Eh? Thank you so much. Please have a nice lunch.
There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome